I gotta do this because I wanted to give this to you guys. We gotta do some takeaway talk, okay? You're about to get the secret to the perfect takeaway. All right, Alexander, jump up here. So show me, and Kev, let's go down the line, okay? Everybody, show me what everybody struggles with, Alexander. And you do too, with the takeaway and where it gets.
I feel like what we've worked on this week is I tend to pull the club up and out.
Yep.
And I really predominantly use my right hand to try and hinge it, as opposed to what we discussed with the two fingers. Just like the pressure is all in these last two fingers. And when you blend that with the turn, you get the checkpoint once it's at position.
Boom, the club stays up in your hand. So go ahead and stay there, Kev. Let me show you one more time. Everybody that we see and everybody wants this is what everybody comes to our YouTube channel for, is boom, how do I not get the club here? How do I not get it inside? All the tour pros, I see it right here in front of their hands. I see it right here pointing down to the golf ball. But for me, something happens here and the butt of the club gets here and it gets really flat, okay? So let's talk about what we can do to absolutely get that nailed takeaway perfect every time. Go ahead and set up. Alexander said it again, right? Here's the key, guys. Here it is. You ready? The last pinky finger right here. The left hand pinky finger, the lead hand. Watch this, you guys. I'm gonna squeeze this pinky finger as hard as I can. Look what happened to the shaft. Look at my grip. Look at the club. I'm gonna put it down here now for Kev. I'm gonna squeeze. Whoa. Whoa, I'm just squeezing. I'm not hinging, I'm not doing anything, but this is a lever. And when I squeeze this lever here with my pinky finger, I can squeeze as hard as I want. This club head is gonna pop up, okay? Now, that's gonna be what keeps the club up in front of your hands. So now you get to see how the left shoulder, the hand, and the club have a one-piece takeaway, but watch this, here it is. The one-piece takeaway with no leverage. Good club in front of my hands. The one-piece takeaway with no leverage, right? Watch what happens when I use the shoulder, hands, and club, and I give myself a little squeeze of that pinky finger. Oh my gosh. I didn't do anything with my wrists. Watch this. I'm just taking my left shoulder, moving my left hand and club head together, and giving it a little squeeze, and look at the angle I've created. There's no manipulation. There's no use of the right arm. The number one thing you guys can do for your takeaway is to get in a mirror, get your left hand on here only, feel a little bit of that squeeze, use your left shoulder to back your left hand away down the line and give it a little squeeze. Look at that club just work right up in front of my hands, boom, right onto where would be my right forearm. Now here's the hard part. Most people who play golf righty are right-handed, okay? So their right hand that has done everything for them their whole life wants to do something in the backswing, and we don't want it to have anything to do with it. And boom, I'm in my set position here. Now I can just turn to the top of the swing and boom, unwind through, okay? Couple pieces. And good.
Are you maintaining that squeeze?
You can maintain that squeeze the entire time, guys. Here's the thing, you always hear about like the baby bird. Adam and I like to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to hurt the baby bird, but I might, okay? Well, you know what? That baby bird better not be under your left pinky finger because he's gonna get hurt, right? People's left pinky fingers aren't very strong to start with. As you start getting this, you're gonna start feeling the underside of your forearm light up because of the squeeze, right? Most people have the constant grip pressure, but it's all consistent and it doesn't create any angle. The only thing that changed there was a squeeze of my hand, okay? So you can keep that all the way to the top. You can keep that squeeze. The pinky finger is gonna be squeezing. The other hands are probably a 5 out of 10. Way better there, bud. So do it again. We gotta make sure the left shoulder, the hand, and the club all move together. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The wrong way is the left shoulder kind of stays here and the hand and club squeeze and move. Not it, okay? The club just went directly behind my body, okay? I need to make sure my left shoulder pushes my left hand away. This is the one-piece takeaway people refer to with a little squeeze, all right? That's what's gonna get your club set up right in front of your body where it's still here, okay? Left shoulder, hand, and club all moving together, not elbow staying there, okay? Really make sure that left shoulder gets used. They're trying to activate this as what I call the ignition switch of the takeaway. Oh my gosh, dude, so good. Your logo, the Torrey Pines logo, is now moving the hands.
Yeah.
A minute ago,
It was-
the Torrey Pines logo was moving
Yeah.
half of it, okay? Boom, awesome, bro, fantastic. Good, same thing, same pace. Brush it back there, pace it up to the top. Beautiful, okay? So the other thing that I've noticed with your swing today that we didn't discuss yesterday is this right arm. We're fighting this right arm a lot.
Getting behind.
Okay, it
Yeah.
gets behind you and it starts at your setup, and it's hard to see with my black shirt on, so I'm gonna pull my arm up. Pardon my white arms, we've been going through a really wet winter here. I know, easy Kev, right? But Alexander, your arm gets to be set a little bit more like this, okay? Your elbow kind of facing Kev a little bit more. We know we've gotta give blood. We know we've gotta give blood. Now here's the thing people fight. I give blood, and then all of a sudden the person thinks their grip is all wonky because their hand has to be under, but guess what? My wrist is completely independent of my elbow, okay? So your grip can be a lot more comfortable than you think when you're giving blood. It may be a little awkward at first, but here's the point. We're gonna set that right arm up, and going back to what we said earlier, the right arm then does nothing in the backswing. It simply just does nothing, and it's right here, okay? So if our arm sets here, Alexander gets here, and a couple times you would see him like this at the set position, where that arm needs to be soft and in, and guess what? It's all preset, okay? The left arm is controlling, remember. So the right arm should be able to stay soft and in and not do anything. Bad one gets a little more here. Okay, shoulder gets tight, pointy, elbow gets kind of hunched up here, and then the drift happens and the elbow gets a little wide, okay? Versus in front of him, turning up there, and look how the elbows stay close and the club gets more on plane up there and the arms are together, okay? This is what keeps the arms stopping when the body stops turning, right? So you can get in here. This is a good one too for this, right? You can take your left hand, or right hand, open it up, trail hand, put the pinky right on the shaft, and now you can take the club back and keep your hand just like that, boom. You can see those elbows stay closer together. This is gonna be something that takes the outside horse and puts it more in front of our body, shortens his track on the backswing, okay? He gets to, boom, keep that elbow soft and in. If we were working on our set go drill, Alex, we would go set position, good, soft and in elbow, awesome, turn, hit, 4 for 4, Kev. So different, boom, awesome. Atta boy. So right now, if we were looking at this elbow is pointing here, this part is pointing that way. I want this thing, boom, there we go. Soften it, soften it, soften it. Good, and now turn that, wow. Okay, and connected for the right arm doesn't mean connected to the body, okay? It doesn't mean I'm holding the head cover in with my entire right arm. It just means in front, okay? So it can be off, it can be wider, go ahead, way better. Good, and this can be off and in front and wider, and this is the only part up here that's connected. This whole part here isn't staying on your pec. This part up here is, right? So now turn to the top, boom, and now you're there, okay, and your elbow squeezing in. This is the external rotation of the right shoulder, right, that puts our club right on plane, and that elbow feels like it's being pinched in. Look at the difference of this shoulder is retracted back and soft, and this elbow is in versus where he wants to be. Kind of there.
I want to be out here.
Yeah, he wants to be up there. So, you know, for you though, right, feeling the Mike Weir stretch. A lot of people don't remember Mike Weir, okay? He was the one who was very short and very lefty, and he won the Masters, okay? Laid up on every par 5, but you know what he did every warm-up? He would stretch himself like this, okay? He would take the club right out, he'd throw it over his shoulder, and it would go right on his forearm to the outside of his elbow, and then he would simply hold on to that club grip and pull that club. There we go. Boom, and he starts getting a nice stretch, something you can do, Alexander, when you warm up, because there's definitely a little flexibility issue there and something you can work on the gym with. But that's a direct relation to our ability to turn it in front of us and feel that not need of a stretch. What happens when we work on the right arm in the backswing, people get tense and hard to try to put it in that spot when it's got to stay soft. Right? It's got to stay soft. And again, it comes from the power of the left arm. I remember we would watch Bo all the time, right? Bo, when we worked with him for 6 years, Bo Hostler, got the #1 amateur in the world. He would always have this move in his setup. His right elbow would always just be kind of pinching in and soft and fluid. You know what I mean? And it was just pre-setting. Great stuff today. Much better with the right arm. Awesome. And again, this thing as soft as can be. Beautiful, beautiful. Yep. Awesome. Wow. How different is that? Very good.
More so trying to keep this bicep and tricep pinched in, and that kind of gets me this look, as opposed to knowing that it can actually come off and
Yeah,
stay
there it
pinched.
is. Look at that in front of the
Yeah.
body right
Yeah,
there.
because
Oh
over
my
here
gosh.
it's behind, over here it's back in front, and
Absolutely.
it's just back up the plane.
All right, guys, pretty darn good, okay? Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned a bunch. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you like the pit stop, let us know. We'll get more coming back to you. And Alexander,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, bud. Okay,
Pleasure.
awesome,
Thank you.
pleasure to see you. Big
too.
Kev, killing it like always.
Thank you.
At Forzak Golf, we take a lot of pride in having developed some of the best and most consistent golf swings on the planet. We do this through simplicity. Our Full Swing Masterclass will take you on a step-by-step, easy-to-understand process on how to get your golf swing better than ever. Join the many before you who've utilized our Full Swing Masterclass to take their games to the next level and beyond.